Well, friends, this is the first life update of 2026. What in the world is going on that needs such a good life update? I guess we'll find out after the intro. So first off, to hit the ground running, let's talk about ministry. If you guys have been following my journey for a hot minute, then you already know that church ministry, my faith, that's always been something that's played a huge role in my life from childhood to now adulthood. I love God. I love serving in church ministry. My grandfather actually was a pastor, which meant that my dad was a pastor's kid. My pop, he passed the church to my dad, so therefore, I'm a pastor's kid too, and a church girl and a Christian all wrapped up in one. It's a package deal over here, okay? I have been serving in an active ministry role in our church since I was 9 years old, and now I'm 19. So this year is 10 years, 2016 to 2026. I started out, as most PKs do, church musician, so drums, keys, percussion, that sort of thing. Then in the pandemic, my role shifted from being on stage, more in front, to being behind the scenes as media director. That's what I still do now, media director and all that. And occasionally from time to time, I will lead worship. And now I am soon to be a minister. So after 10 years serving from childhood into adulthood, I will be an ordained minister in the mix of what I've been doing already these past 10 years. More specifically, in this past year, 2025, I have been afforded opportunities to share the word, and these opportunities that I've been afforded have been very, very sacred to me, as my father is personally one of my favorite preachers ever. My father, he has such an amazing core team of leadership. I've always been my dad's biggest fan as both a daughter and a PK. So this ordination will solidify not only the support that has been existent and present forever, but it will also solidify that, yes, I am acknowledging that I am entrusted by God to lead in this way. And this ordination for me will make me the youngest leader in our church and the rookie. So
excuse me?
New, but not really, because it's been 10 years. But I'm just praying I don't get beat up too bad. Hey, warfare will show up when you least expect it, from who you least expect it from. So I'm not even gonna hold myself exempt just because I'm a Christian church girl or PK. Y'all just hold me down in prayer. I will be making sure that an ordination recap is included in the lineup for vlogs for next month, especially weekend recap. I might even slide in a little get ready with me vlog on the day of, depending on how busy the day gets. I'm sure that whole weekend is gonna be loaded because we're having 3 straight events, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so it's going to be nothing but church. So we shall see. This is undeniably one of the most monumental events of my life. So this is the only year the numbers are going to work like this. So listen to what I'm saying. This year I turned 20. Our church turns 40, which means I have seen half of this church's history and existence. And I have served 10 years in ministry, which is half of my life right now so far. That definitely blows my mind. So that is really the biggest life update. In regards to this life update and family, most of my close circle of family comes from church, godparents, aunts, uncles, and those who hold positions of respect and authority in my life and guidance in that way. So if anything, our relationships are only going up from here. All sets of my godparents have ministry roles, from pastor, elder, or support staff. So if anything, I'm coming into more guidance, if anything, really. And also, in addition to that, my aunts and uncles, they also have ministry roles, either deacon, minister, etc. So the list goes on and on. So as you can tell, the core team of leadership that my dad has is elite, because they play a significant role in my life, and it goes far beyond church, although that's where the relationship began. When it comes to stepping into this sacred role, I sincerely, and I mean this so much, I do not want this title or this role to change me to become bitter instead of better. When you become bitter from entitlement due to a new rank or status, it is a dangerous place to be in, because you just gain this unreasonable measure of pride and arrogance to, first of all, God, and also to those who really care about you. And so when you make yourself just standoffish and less approachable because you got all that because of this title and this role and this rank, like, you lose people like that, because now you have blocked everybody out to the point where you think everyone else is the problem and not you. I have literally seen in other churches where leaders use and abuse their titles and positions for toxicity and detrimental purposes, and it is definitely disheartening without a doubt. Another extension of my family are my two very best friends from high school, who I consider my siblings. When we first became friends, like individually, and then we all eventually like became this little sibling trio, I didn't tell them I was PK because, one, I didn't find that to be important. Not that I didn't find it to be important, just rather I wanted to wait on the right time to share that in our process of learning about each other as friends and being in a new environment. Number two, when you come off with stating you're a PK, it can sound like you are holier than thou in a lot of ways, even though you don't mean it to be. Number three, PKs, we are considered problem children. It's not certain ones, it's all of us as a unit. PKs, period. None of us are cool to either be friends with or date, marry, which is unfortunate because that's just how we are categorized. And that's how people can run off before they can even establish anything that's really sacred, whether that's platonic or romantic. And I will tell you now, I refuse to believe that all PKs are miserable, okay? When sharing this new era of my life with my siblings, I told them, I said, I will not be using this status, this position, or title as an excuse to treat you any kind of way, to present myself as holier than thou, because from the very beginning of this friendship, that has never been my intent, even though I know what kind of family I come from and I know what standards I hold. My siblings and I, we started out as best friends. We are not blood related. We are three different people, different lifestyles, opinions, childhoods, and we now live in three separate states, all in college. Regardless of our levels of faith and us being Christians, my siblings have given me the space and grace to be holy and human at the same time as I do for them. Christians are holy and human beings. In our lives as Christians, we are displaying holiness and humanity and how it coexists. God, He created us in our human flesh, so He gave us human characteristics, human traits, but He also created us in His image and in His likeness. So therefore, He has called us to be holy as He is holy. It is very much one thing for me to say all these things about God, but another for me to actually exemplify and live that out in a way, in a genuine way that others can see, even when I don't directly bring up my faith or the Bible or the name of God. So yes, I walk into this new era of ministry, church, and my faith, but it does not mean that I am using the height of this new era to sever relationships and bonds, all because my character has changed from a position or title, because that is nowhere near my intent. This is something that I am walking into by humble means, and it's not a flash badge for show and tell, because that's not what this is meant for at all. The support of my family is something that I deeply treasure. In the past several years, many people within my family, parents, godparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, we have all really just gone up to a new level in our lives, like as a family, as a core unit. And when I see one go up, I'm going up with them, because to encourage and to support those dreams and goals and missions is an assignment that comes with being closely connected to people. So in 2026, my family and I, we are all winning over here, and it's January and we're just getting started and we doing great. I know I just did a second semester update and kind of an intro recap to how it's going so far. I thought I found my way in first semester, but now I really feel like I found my way, and I'm just in this academic space where I'm just thrilled about my endeavors in my career and where I'm headed. The plan is to get my AA by this summer, so that is what I am working towards. From the time of starting college, August 2025 to then summer 2026. That will only be 3 semesters of college total to get my AA. And I thought honestly it was going to take longer because usually AA it takes like 2 years. But when I was talking to my advisor and kind of setting up classes for the semester that I'm in now, spring semester, he was like, oh, you only need like this semester and the next to graduate as a summer graduate for your AA. I did come out of high school into college with 70% of my requirements already met with my ACE diploma and other classes. So that has really made this college experience less stressful compared to if I hadn't got my ACE diploma and take other classes that benefited my desire to continuing my education. And now I think I'm somewhere from 83 to 87% of my credits and requirements met as of the time that fall semester ended. So to think that I will be a graduate again, like for a second year in a row, is so insane. But I love the thought of that. I have already been kind of thinking about, or at least trying to figure out what I'm going to do to celebrate. But we will cross that bridge when we get there because it's only January and I don't want to think too far into the future and get too deep into it, because if I do, I will spend the first half of this year and it will just fly past me, because I do want to be fully present and enjoy everything that's taking place this year. So with that being said, 2026 is already off to a very great start. This January has just been spent bringing in the new year, thanking God for the beauty of 2025, looking forward to this new year as a whole and just building on top of that, in addition to being back in the routine of college and getting ready also for the end of the month, church anniversary, ordination, all the things. Somehow January has only been 20 something days so far, but it's also lasted 6 months at the same time. And I don't get that. Regardless, your girl is on the move and I am super excited to share these exciting times with you guys. It's very, very special. And the only thing that comes to mind when going from 2025 to 2026 is it's up from here. Elevation in ministry, family, and academics, it's literally only up from here. Thank you guys so much for taking time to hear about what's new in my life, and I'm looking forward to the next coming weeks and months. It is going to be a great year.